Okay, everybody, it's Joe, and I come back at you with another video. So for this video, I wanted to talk about the topic of worthiness, right? And by worthiness, I'm referring to deservingness, right? Like just believing that you're capable or you're worth or you're allowed to have certain things. Now, of course, everyone in the planet, every human being on the planet, right? We have dreams, desires, aspirations, things that we want to have, things that we want to be, um, things they want to, obtain, accomplish, all these components, right? These goals, dreams, aspirations, the reason why we want every single one of these things, it doesn't matter what's on your list, right? Literally does not matter what's on your list. The reason why you have goals, dreams, aspirations, desires, the reason you have all these things is because you believe that it will make you happier or you'll feel better in having, accomplishing, and obtaining those dreams, aspirations, goal. You'll feel happier with having it. That's it. It's the only reason why you ever want anything. Whether that's home, whether that's financial status, whether that's a partner, whether that's family, whether that's being able to travel around the world, right? Like, having time freedom, fitness goals, health goals, anything you could ever want in this lifetime, you want it because you believe that it'll make you feel better or that it'll make you happier in having it compared to, where you're at right now. So knowing that, there's people out there who question their worthiness. They question whether or not they're deserving of it. And this is interesting to dive into, right? Because I know this can be like a sensitive topic for some people, or they may not have done the self-reflecting or maybe have not even put thought into it. But that is a huge factor in people, whether or not they go out and accomplish whatever it is that they set out to accomplish, right? And that's usually the starting point. And my personal belief, I think a lot of it stems from the self-image and the confidence that someone has in themselves, right? Because if you say you had a big goal, a big dream you wanted to accomplish, if you were 100% confident, you had your mind made up that it was possible for you to go out and make your dream happen, most people, not virtually everyone, would do it, right? If they had the confidence and the belief that it was possible, they would go out and do it. Except most people don't have that confidence or belief, even though in most cases, whatever that person wants, dreams or desires, the aspiration, whatever it is, in most cases, more than 99% of cases, it's been done by other people. So it's not like this is this extreme impossible task. It just might seem impossible because it could be that it just seems very far from, like, you may be in a position where you may seem you're just very far from the goal, right? The end goal. But a lot of times these goals, these dreams have been accomplished because the person develops self-belief and confidence in that, right? There's people who, if you use a home, for example, say we use like a $10 million home somewhere in Miami or Los Angeles, right? Or even New York somewhere. People will go on online website, and I like to look at homes online, whether it's just a video tour of the place or just looking at different, listings where you see, like, you can find like all the different homes. Some people see like a mansion on a home. They'll look at the mansion, and then the second they look at the price tag, their stomach sinks and they're just like, well, there's no way I'll be able to afford that. Why me? Like, there's just no logical route to getting there. And there's people that believe that it's no way, it's just not possible for someone like them to be able to put themselves in that position to live in that home. And for those people who are saying, why me? My retort to that is, why not you? Because, for example, if the home is listed, then that means the home was, built or created or being sold for someone to live there. Meaning that at some point, ideally, someone should be living there. So why not you? Why do people question their worthiness? Now, once again, I understand it comes from, self-image, that someone may not view themselves as being as successful financially to be in that situation to get a house. But why is that the case, right? And some of it has to do with confidence. I understand that confidence is built through successes, right? Like you want to be able to go through the motions of certain things so that you can develop the confidence in yourself that it is possible to do these little things so that eventually when there's bigger tasks, right, you would have developed the confidence to be able to get there and accomplish that. So I understand that it is built up to that. But it's also interesting picking at this topic because you see a lot of times that people will be their own worst enemy. Like people will get in their own way, or they'll be their own like devil's advocate, where it's like you can want certain things. You can look at the $10 million home and that mansion be your dream home, your dream location, right? You just think of all the space you're gonna have to raise a family and all the fun you're gonna have doing family gatherings and inviting friends over and doing those social gatherings. And you have your own pool and your own space where you can go home, and it'll essentially be like your own luxury oasis, and you just fall in love with the idea of that home. But yet you just believe that you're not deserving of it, that you're just not capable of it, even though knowing that it's a home, that a home is created for someone at some point to live there, right? Why not you? Why not you? Right? Think about that. Why not you? Like yours in this lifetime, there's one thing that you'll be guaranteed, and it's guaranteed that you'll be yourself, that you'll have your body for the rest of this life, right? You'll be living in that body. Why aren't you your own number one cheerleader? Why don't you tell yourself that it's possible, that all things are possible, right? Why not? What good is it doing for you or serving you? It's not serving you, but what good is that doing for you? Saying you can't do something, you can't accomplish anything, saying that you can't afford something, because you're speaking into existence, right? Rather than how about we change up the question, or being able to ask better questions, or changing the way we phrase things, rather than saying I can't afford it and having that be just a statement. Why don't you change that statement to say how can I afford it, right? Because then now you're beginning to put thought into it. You're beginning to chew on the idea. You're beginning to you're putting thought into it. You're starting to try to think of logical routes or begin to take action towards that, rather than saying, oh, it can't be done. Asking the question, how can it be done? This is how you start building up your own worthiness, because once again, like I said, the things that we want out of this lifetime, the things that we desire, our dreams and aspirations, our goals, we want that because we believe it'll improve the quality of our lives in having that or accomplishing it. So if that home you believe will improve the quality of your life, why wouldn't you want to try to begin thinking that that you're capable of having it or being capable of affording it at some point? It may not have to be now. And thinking about ways on how it could happen. In actuality, the how really isn't important, because in actuality, the how is the universe's job. The universe is going to orchestrate events, and circumstances for you to make these things happen. So the how is never really your job. But you first want to start off by believing that's possible, because with the universe, there's an infinite number of possibilities for something to unfold for you. Infinite. So I understand that as humans, we need logical explanation for certain things, but that's the universe's job. The universe is going to orchestrate the things for us. The universe is abundant, right? Let the universe figure things out for you. You want to take time to begin rewiring your mind about the whole concept of worthiness, right? Because you are worthy, you are powerful. And if you have any question about worthiness, and say we stay on the example with the house, right? $10 million home. Sure, the home says $10 million. Cool. That home is not more expensive than you. Some of you will be confused. Some of you will question it. It's like, wait, what do you mean the home is not more expensive than me? Because I work this job, I bring in X amount of money or X income. The home costs way more than however much I'm bringing in. How is it possible that the home is not more expensive than me? How is it possible that I'm worth more than a home? The answer is simple. If anything happens to that home, it can be rebuilt, because the home is made of wood, concrete, probably maybe marble for a home like that, glass. These are all materials that came from the ground, or man-made to some degree. And doesn't matter the price tag of that home. If something happens to the home, whatever, that home can always be rebuilt. You, on the other hand, you are literally one of one. There's never been anyone prior to your existence who's been an exact copy of you. There will never be anyone in the future who will be an exact copy of you. Therefore, because you are one of one, that means your value can never be replicated or duplicated. So that in and of itself makes you more valuable than any of these objects, any of these man-made objects that exist on this planet. That alone. Yet people don't see themselves that way. People don't see themselves as being one-on-one. People don't see themselves as more than just being a regular human, just an average person living this average life. No, there's more to you than you actually think or may even believe. And that's the fun in life, when you begin to uncover and learn about yourself, because you have your body. You're going to be yourself for the rest of your life. So why not try to be your best version of yourself? Why not be your number one cheerleader? Why not begin thinking differently? And rather than, if you know that the home is your dream and what is that you want to have in your life, you want to experience it, why not begin telling yourself affirmations or different things that will give you confidence in knowing that at some point, you may not know how, but that at some point it'll unfold for you, that you'll eventually have it. Why not? What good is it shooting down the idea, telling yourself you're not worthy, telling yourself that it'll never happen? What good is that doing for you? It's just making you settle for less, for something that you may not want. Like, how amazing would it be for you to be living your dream life, for everything that it is that you want to have, to become whatever, everything that you want to have in your dream life. Like, if you had a blank canvas that can paint the picture, which you actually can, right? That's your life. You have the freedom. It starts off as a blank canvas when you're a child, and you're able to paint it so that you can experience and have and be everything that is that you want to have in your lifetime, right? You are the painter. You can paint the canvas of your life. Problem is, people forgot that. They forgot that they have the ability to paint their lives. They're just allowing their life to fill in by default with things that they don't want, when they have the paint and the brush in their hands at any moment. They can just rewrite it all. Life is yours for the taking. It's what you make of it. And you are worthy. You've always been worthy. You've always had the power within you to go after what it is that you want and accomplish whatever it is that you want. You've always had it within you. Just a lot of people just forgotten along the way. But that's why I'm here, to help remind you, so that you can be on the right track once again, and you can begin living the life that you want, the life on your terms. You have that freedom. You've always had the freedom, and you'll continue to have the freedom. You have so much freedom that you can even choose bondage if you wanted to. And most people choose that because they believe that they can't choose or create the life that they want, which is silly. So this is why I wanted to have a short conversation with you about worthiness. I want you guys to develop the confidence and belief within yourself that is all possible, that there's nothing that's actually standing in your way, that whatever that you want, you can go out and make it happen. Even if it may not happen this immediate second, that doesn't mean that it's not on the way. It doesn't mean it's not going to eventually be delivered to you. And that's what it is. You just got to have some confidence and belief in yourself, and belief that everything is working for you, and the powers that be are orchestrating the events to line everything up for you, at the perfect time, when it's ready to be delivered to you. I don't know when that perfect time is. So that's why you just gotta be open-minded and be excited. How different will you be living your life if you knew it was inevitable for you to accomplish your goal or your dream? Like, if you knew that house was guaranteed to make its way to you at some point, say in the next 3 years, say it was guaranteed for that house to make its way to you in the next 3 years. You don't know what day. It could be any random day from today till the 3-year mark from till 3 years later, right? That whole 3 year span. At any moment, at any day you wake up within that 3 year span, that house can be delivered to you, paid in full, everything. How are you going to be living your life? Are you going to be living your life waking up excited, knowing it's inevitable for the house to come? Or after a week, if you wake up every day and the house doesn't come, are you going to wake up sad and frustrated after a week because the house is not here? You know the house is coming at some point in the next 3 years. Why are you worried? Why are you concerned? There's no reason to be, right? So let's not live our lives that way. Let's live our lives confident, happy. If you need to take time to dive into self-worth, right, or worthiness, take time into that. Read some books, like, go on some soul searching. These things are important for you to tackle, to reflect, to take time on. But it's that part, your worthiness is important, because that will also determine whether or not things unfold for you or not. Whether there's a famous saying, it's like, whether you believe you can or you can't, either way you're both right. Whether you believe you can or you can't, either way you're both right. Meaning, whatever you believe is what will end up becoming your reality. So you've always had the freedom to decide. So it depends on where you want to end up taking it. So this is a video on worthiness. Hopefully this sparked the conversation. This conversation sparked the idea in your mind to begin reflecting on how you feel about your own worthiness. And I'm hoping that you begin to take the strides into developing the confidence and the belief in yourself, and begin telling yourself that the things that you want to be, do, have, or accomplish, that everything in this lifetime is possible, so that you can begin chewing on that idea and you start getting excited for your future and what's in store, as far as what's on its way, what's making its way to you in your lifetime. So once again, it's Joel, and I'm out. See you guys for the next video.